Trump's press conference yesterday, everybody saw the thing lurking in the background. President Trump had a press conference Friday evening, his first in nearly 3 weeks. Naturally, the members of the press were there to record the event, although one journalist might have been more disappointed than the others. Peter Baker, the New York Times chief White House correspondent, was probably surprised to find his name on a placard in the very back of the rows for members of the press, practically as far away as he could be from the president. Here's Peter Baker way in the back during the press conference. I'm sure he was thrilled with that. This is a dramatic change for the New York Times, which usually gets front row access. Their preferential treatment changed, however, after James Comey's testimony Thursday night. Former FBI Director James Comey claimed that a major story that the New York Times released about Russia and the Trump team was simply, quote, not true. The story in question asserted that members of Trump's staff during the 2016 election were in contact with senior Russian intelligence officials. The story almost entirely drew on anonymous sources. The New York Times is standing by its reporting and refusing to print a retraction in spite of Comey's testimony. Comey said of the anonymous sources that the Times used. The people talking about classified information often don't really know what's going on, and those of us who actually know what's going on are not talking about it, and we don't call the press and say, hey, you got that thing wrong. The New York Times statement for their defense of the story practically corroborates Comey's claim. They said they were standing by the original story because neither the FBI nor Comey would comment or elaborate on what Mr. Comey believes to be incorrect. Well, I guess if they're going to take the word of some random anonymous people over the former FBI director, they can sit in the very back of the press conference. I think Donald Trump is sending a clever and strong message this way. Continue to print fabricated stories, and your privileged access to the president is going to be denied. Thanks, President Trump, for putting the New York Times in its place and sticking up to the liberal media bias. Share this 10,000 times if you think there is way too much liberal bias in the media. Of course we do. Of course we do. Let's just take a listen again here.
Oh, look at those hands up there, President. Do you have this in Romania too? I don't know.
Yeah, I got the microphone.
Oh, boy.
If you allow me,
If I could only sell that. If I could only sell it. Who would like to ask? Should I take one of the killer networks that treat me so badly as fake news? Should I do that? Huh? Go ahead, John. Be fair, John.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember how nice you used to be before I ran? Such a nice man.
Always fair. Mr. President, I want to get back to James Comey's testimony. You suggested he didn't tell the truth in everything he said. He did say under oath that you told him to let the Flynn, you said you hoped the Flynn investigation, you could like...
I didn't say that.
So he lied about that?
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you, I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd be
loyalty?
nothing wrong if I did say it according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
And did he ask for a pledge of loyalty from you? That's another thing he said.
No, he did not.
So he said those things under oath. Would you be willing to speak under oath to give your version of those events?
100%. I didn't say under oath. I hardly know the man. I'm not going to say, I want you to pledge allegiance. Who would do that? Who would ask a man to pledge allegiance under oath? I mean, think of it. I hardly know the man. It doesn't make sense. No, I didn't say that, and I didn't say the other.
So if Robert Mueller wanted to speak with you about that,
I would be glad to tell him exactly what I just told you, Joe.
And you seem to be hinting that there are recordings of those conversations.
I'm not hinting anything. I'll tell you about it over a very short period of time. Okay? Okay. You have a question here?
When will you tell us about the
Over a
recordings?
fairly short period of time.
Are there tapes?
Oh, you're going to be very disappointed when you hear the answer. Don't worry. John, do you have a question for the president?
Yes. Thank you. And President Yohannes,
They should have been disappointed when Comey said there were no Russian ties, and they're still pushing the same narrative, and the Times is not retracting it. And Newt Gingrich said, not Newt Gingrich, excuse me, Berkowitz, the lawyer, he went on and said that it is the prerogative of that the president has the right to say to Comey, I want you to end the Flynn investigation, and the president has the authority, legal authority to do that. And also the president has the authority to pardon the Flynn if he wanted to. And you see these weasels, they're still pursuing this as if they don't know, as if they haven't spoken to any lawyer. I mean, it's incredible. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.